How old are you?
Well, I'm old enough to know better.
Too old to answer my dumb questions.
Well, one of the things that I always remember was growing up, and they owned the Oasis restaurant. And I was in the restaurant one time when I was younger, and I had a squirt gun. And she told me not to squirt her. Well, I figured she couldn't catch me. So I squirted her, ran out the back door, and she had me before I got to the telephone pole. So that's one of the things. She always worked. She worked at the restaurant for, I can't even remember how many years we had the restaurant. Then she went to work at Microswitch. Then at, what was she at Culver's? She worked at Dr. Brandt's office, and then she went to Culver's. Was she 80, 82 then?
I think Cetta came to work for me. She was, I think she was 75 or 76 at that time, and I debated whether she could handle this job, but she was the best janitor I ever hired. She did a super job, and I think she retired from me when she was about 86 at that time. And she got done with my place. She went to Culver's and went to work.
Wow.
So she had energy to burn.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. We have a lot of good memories. We had a lot of good birthday parties down there, and Cetta was a good worker and a hard worker, and she loved all my patients too. A lot of my patients got to know her just like someone else, just like part of the family. So we really got along great.
So I was sitting at the desk, and you reached down to do some silly dusting, and you came up and you hit the desk. And all I saw was total red up here. You hit your head, and I was ready to call the ambulance. And then Dr. Brandt shows up, and he takes you and sets you back on the x-ray table, cleans you all up, and you finish cleaning. She did. And then, did you remember that? Yeah. Last time she told me Dr. Brandt did it to her. I got lots of good memories with this lady. She's pretty special.
We seem to have, even though they were over here or over there doing something over here, but we always seemed to get together.
Yep.
We were just one family, and that was it.
She made me some French toast for breakfast, and Grandpa showed up with a moped, and he was trying to talk her into having this moped, and she didn't really want to go for a ride, and ended up getting her on the scooter, and she took off down the street and down towards the high rise towards Walnut. And all of a sudden, I get a phone call, and I guess she run the moped around a tree, if I remember.
Hit a curb.
I hit a curb or hit a tree, and she was in a body cast for 6 months. You remember that, Grandma? Oh, yeah. That'd probably be my memory. I know that's kind of a weird one, but I mean,
That's a great memory.
Yeah.
I don't think many people can say Grandma wrapped a moped around a tree, man.
Well, that's mine. So here's Mike.
I guess it's kind of a grandma and grandpa memory. My grandpa, when we were real little, used to smoke around us and never told my grandma. And one time she actually went out in the garage and kind of busted him smoking out there and put an end to that rather quickly. So that's one of the better memories, I guess, to get my grandpa to quit smoking.
My favorite memory actually involves Mike. When we were, I think, 15 and 14, we were in New Orleans with Grandma and Grandpa and Uncle Jim and Aunt Jenny and my dad, and we were at the World's Fair. And Mike and Grandma and I were walking around, and she was getting really irritated with both of us. I don't know what we were doing, but she took an umbrella that she had in her hand, and she cracked Mike over the knees with it and told us to knock it off. So that's my favorite memory of Grandma. Little feisty lady.
Just a lot of great times and a lot of good memories.